Chapter 3. Beyond the Dream. The dream clung to Arasu like a second skin, its tendrils wrapping around his mind like a living thing. He awoke drenched in sweat, the phone's shrill ring merging with the echo of the figure's voice. "You will die." For a heartbeat, the room refused to right itself, the walls pulsing crimson like a freshly opened wound. The metallic tang of blood still coated his tongue, making his stomach churn. "Just a dream," he muttered, quoting the Tamil proverb, "Kanavo Palakathu, dreams are lies." But the image lingered, seared into his mind like a branding iron, refusing to be extinguished. His bedside lamp flickered, casting eerie shadows on the walls. Shadows pulled in the corners, too thick, too hungry, like dark creatures waiting to pounce. In the nightmare, he'd stood in a vaulted chamber, its stone walls carved with serpents swallowing their tails, a symbol of eternity, or perhaps a harbinger of doom. A woman lay chained to an altar, her chest rising in shallow gasps, her eyes pleading for mercy. Not Madame Delacroix. This one wore a Victorian-era gown, her hair streaked with grey, a look of desperation etched on her face. Above her loomed a figure in a tattered black cassock, his face hidden behind a plague doctor's mask. Bamphibet. The ritual knife had glinted, its blade etched with the same scarab symbol from Madame's ring, a symbol that seemed to pulse with malevolent energy. As Arasu lunged forward, the figure turned, its eyes blazing with an otherworldly intensity. The mask melted away, revealing eyes like smoldering coal pits and teeth sharpened to needles, a visage that seemed to be carved from the very depths of hell. "For," the thing hissed, its voice a chorus of screams, a cacophony of terror that still echoed in Arasu's mind. "You are next." The phone rang again, shattering the silence like a scream. "Gokul." Arasu grabbed it, his free hand groping for the 38 under his pillow, a familiar weight that offered little comfort. "What?" he growled. The cold of the food storage freezer bit at Arasu's lungs. Fluorescent lights flickered overhead. "You said Delacroix was dead," Arasu said to Gokul, confused. "But this body, it's someone else." Gokul paused, thinking, "I don't recall saying that." "This is Madame Delacroix's sister." Her body lay sprawled on the concrete, limbs posed like in Arasu's dream, arms outstretched, palms up, as if offering herself to something unseen. A scarab ring, like Delacroix's, gleamed on her finger, its gemstone eyes cracked and black. Gokul crouched beside her, gloved fingers touching her frozen hair. "Same claw marks," he said tightly. "No blood." Nearby, medics zipped the body into a black bag. Gokul cornered Dr. Vignesh. "Report by dawn." The doctor nodded, hurrying to the ambulance. Arasu's gaze drifted to the freezer walls. Symbols, serpents swallowing their tails, eyes within eyes, and the silhouette of Bamphibet's mansion were etched into the ice. "This isn't random," he said. "It's a signature." Constable Ramachandran frowned. "Signature? When killers leave a mark," Gokul growled. "But here, it's jinns and fire demons doing the work." A man in wire-rimmed glasses approached. Manikandan, J.K. Kool's security head. Gokul cut him off. "Fetch last night's guard." A disheveled guard shuffled in, reeking of sour palm wine. "Name?" Gokul demanded. "Arumagam, sir." "You slept through this?" "L like a stone, sir." "A stone? Or a drunken stone?" Gokul's voice sharpened. Another guard, Maheshwaran, trembled. I saw the Kalavai demon," it hissed. "Numbers." "Numbers?" Arasu pressed. "F4, 6, 6. Gokul shoved him toward the CCTV monitor. "Show me." The footage glitched at 11:58 p.m. A shadow bent over the freezer. As it turned, the screen froze, glowing eyes, needle teeth, and bloody text dripping down the wall. 4 Roman numerals, Arasu said. 6 sacrifices. We're the 4th. Gokul's hand trembled. "Where's that smoke coming from?" A constable pointed to a rusted vent. Arasu knelt, tracing a trail of burnt beetles, each branded with a serpent. His wrist burned. The scorpion mark pulsed like a second heart. A metallic screech tore through the silence. Lights died. Claws scraped metal. A guttural voice rasped. 4 sees, 4 dies. Gokul's flashlight pierced the darkness, revealing black smoke coiling from the vent. A skeletal hand, flesh sloughing off bone, reached out. Arasu bolted. Gokul followed, their footsteps echoing through the labyrinthine facility. Behind them, a guard screamed. "Don't leave me! It's coming!" They ran, their footsteps echoing through the dark, smoke-filled corridors. The air was thick with an eerie, pulsating mist that seemed to writhe around them like a living thing. A low, menacing chuckle reverberated through the speakers, dripping with malevolence. "Maheshwaran, your daughter's fate hangs by a thread," Arasu warned. "Everyone, get out of here now." In the darkness, Gokul's flashlight guided them. As they followed its beam, the creepy voice sang a twisted nursery rhyme. "Run, baby, run! Catch me if you can, laugh with the wind, fly like the kite." Maheshwaran's eyes widened in horror. "That's our family rhyme. I taught it to my daughter!" he screamed, panic setting in. Gokul grabbed his hand, pulling him along. "Keep moving!" Outside, dawn bled red, casting an ominous glow over the factory. A guard muttered, "My grandfather spoke of the Kalavai demon. I didn't believe, until now." Arasu turned, his eyes narrowing. "The Kalavai fire?" The guard nodded, his voice trembling. "Fire and smoke. They say it consumes everything in its path." Maheshwaran's phone rang, the sound blaring from the factory speakers. A voice hissed, its tone like a snake slithering through dry leaves. "Come alone, or I'll devour your child." Suddenly, the sound of Maheshwaran's child screaming and begging for help filled the air, their tiny voice pleading. "Appa? Appa? Save me!" Maheshwaran's eyes widened in terror, and he stumbled forward, driven by desperation. "My child! Please! Don't go in alone," Gokul warned, his hand on his gun. "It's a trap." But Maheshwaran was beyond reason. He sprinted inside, the child's cries echoing through the speakers, growing fainter with each step. Arasu chased after him, but smoke blinded him, making it hard to see more than a few feet ahead. The child's screams grew louder, then suddenly stopped. An explosion rocked the facility, the sound deafening. Flames engulfed the steel, heat searing their skin like a branding iron. As they fled, the voice echoed, "Ford dies." The words hung in the air like a death sentence. Chennai awoke to a new day, horns blaring, trains rumbling. But the curse clung to Arasu like a shroud. He knew he was both pawn and player in a deadly game, and the stakes were his soul. The journey continues. Join us in Chapter 4 to uncover more secrets.